Everyone, today I got a book about Atomic of Habits. So let's go with the first chapter. Introduction, my story. Let's begin. On the final day of my sophomore year of high school, I was hit in the face with a baseball bat. As my classmate took a full swing, the bat slipped out of his hand and came flying towards me before striking me directly between the eyes. I have no memories of the moment of impact. The bat smashed into my face with such force that it crushed my nose into a distorted U shape. The collision sent the soft tissue of my brain slamming into the inside of my skull. Immediately, a wave of swelling surged throughout my head. In a fraction of a second, I had a broken nose, multiple skull fractures, and two shattered eye sockets. When I opened my eyes, I saw people staring at me and running over to help. I looked down and noticed a spot of red on my clothes. One of my classmates took the shirt off his back and handed it to me. I used it to plug the stream of blood rushing from my broken nose. Shocked and confused, I was unaware of how seriously I had been injured. My teacher looped his arm around my shoulder and we began the long walk to the nurse's office, across the field, down the hill, and back. Into school, random hands touched my side, holding me upright. We took our time and walked slowly. Nobody realized that every minute mattered. When we arrived at the nurse's office, she asked me a series of questions. What year it is? 1998, I answered. It was actually 2002. Who is the President of United States? Bill Clinton, I said. The correct answer was George W. Bush. What is your mom's name? I stalled. 10 seconds passed. Patty, I said casually, ignoring the fact that it had taken me 10 seconds to remember my own mother's name. That is the last question I remembered. My body was unable to handle the rapid swelling in my brain and I lost consciousness before the ambulance arrived. Minutes later, I was carried out of school and taken to the local hospital. Shortly after arriving, my body began shutting down. I struggled with basic function like swallowing and breathing. I had my first seizure of the day. Seizures, correct? When I stopped breathing entirely. As the doctors hurried to supply me with oxygen, they also decided the local hospital was unequipped to handle these situations and ordered a helicopter to fly me to a large hospital and how to pronounce Cincinnati. Is that correct? I have to check with this. I was rolled out of emergency room doors and towards the helipad across the street. The stretchers rattled on a bumpy sidewalk as one nurse pushed me along while another pumped each breath into me by hand. My mother, who had arrived at hospital a few moments before, climbed into the helicopter beside me. I remained unconscious and unable to breathe on my own as she held my hand during the flight. So, this is the second page. I got second page, I have done with it. So, I'll continue the third the next day. So, Atomic of Habits. It's an essay and proven way to build good habits and break the bad ones. So we will try. Tiny changes and remarkable result. Yes, we can do it. The tiny changes, if daily reading helps me in improving my English, that's the good one. It's a tiny thing I'm doing to improve my English. Sorry for the voice. Thank you. Bye.